Hi everyone, welcome to week 10. 10 out of 16. That's kind of exciting to hear. We're getting near the end. This week's reading is about the Reformation, and you've probably learned a lot about the Reformation in your high school studies or beyond. And the Reformation is a very important time in church history, of course. It was really started when Martin Luther wrote the 95 Theses. It's kind of debatable whether he actually posted them on the door of a church or whether his friend was the one who did that. But either way, it became public and it kind of started this Protestant Reformation. Now, Martin Luther didn't set out to start a new church. He just had some complaints, some grievances that he wanted to kind of air so that they could be addressed. And in the end, a lot of what he complained about, the ones that were really valid complaints, were things that did eventually change. And so, in regard to women, the big thing that changed is that he didn't really believe in celibacy for the priesthood. And this kind of elevated married life to the same level that celibacy had been viewed up until this point in time. And so women were kind of given a little bit more equal power. This means basically they had power, but they weren't seen as being having the same role as men. So the women were expected to be the good wife, and they were supposed to be at home with their kids, teach them about their faith, and kind of raise their own little church at home. And so there were improvements for women, but they weren't completely equal to men yet. So as you read about the Reformation era, you'll read about some interesting women who kind of stood up for their rights, and some changes for women. I mean, obviously they're not the changes that needed to be taken, completely, but it was better than it had been. I also want to remind you about the paper that you have due this week. The criteria for it's in the syllabus. You need to make sure to watch a movie first. The list of approved movies are also in the syllabus, and all of those movies are owned by the library. If you do have questions about this paper, let me know. 2 to 3 pages in length. It's informal, and you're sharing about what you watched and your opinion about the woman kind of highlighted in the film. Let me know again if you have questions, and I hope you have a great week.